Hello and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to make a car configurator in Unity 3D for virtual reality. I've already started a new scene here in Unity and I'm going to just show you which assets are already imported, the car which we're going to use to configure, the racing game garage which is our environment, shader calibration scene, we're going to use some material from that package, and the VRTK toolkit which is our main toolkit which we're going to use to teleport around in virtual reality and to interact with our touchpad in virtual reality. First, I'm gonna start opening the racing game garage demo scene. So I've got this scene loaded in. The lighting and everything in here is already perfect. So we're just gonna use that scene and save that scene under Car Configurator. After that, I'm gonna import the car. Well, I'm dragging and dropping the car over here. Here's our car. I'm turning off the lights from the car. I don't need them, to be honest. As you can see, it's a little bit too small compared to the environment from the garage, so we're just gonna upsize that to 222. That looks good. Perfect. Next, I'm gonna deselect the racing game garage game object because we don't need that for now, and it's saving us some memory. Here we've got the plane then, which I put on 000. I'm gonna use the plane instead, so I kind of know what's going on beneath there. I'm just gonna add some color to the plane. So if you create a material, you can create material. Let's call it green. Change the color here into a green, where we have a green. Perfect. I'll leave that all down, the metallic and smoothness. Just drag and drop the material over. You've got that. Alright, so we've got our car, we've got our plane. Next, I need to set up the virtual reality toolkit. So we're gonna start with an empty game object. VRTK SDK manager. Here I'm gonna add the VRTK SDK manager script. Another game object which is gonna be called the Oculus SDK. So I'm using the Oculus and the Oculus touch controllers for this. We add the VRTK SDK setup. We're gonna drag and drop two objects over from the OVR folder, the prefab, the OVR camera rig, that's for the Oculus. So that's downloaded from the Oculus website. And we're gonna drag and drop the local avatar over. Make sure to select the game object, not the scene, and we're gonna drag that over here. Alright, perfect. I'm gonna show you quickly where I got these two objects, game objects and SDKs from. If you go over here to developer oculus.com/downloads under Unity, you see the Oculus utilities for Unity 5 core package, so you can download it here. I'm using 1.15 because 1.16 is not working properly with my Unity version 2017, and also for the Oculus Avatar SDK, I'm using 1.15 here in that Unity 2017 version. Alright, so we've got that set up. What I'm going to do now is we click here on SDK selection on Oculus, populate now. So that's auto populating, and here we're going to select the avatar and we auto populate. So that should be all working. If I'm having a quick look over to the build settings, into player settings, I can see virtual reality support is selected and also Oculus is here added. Alright, perfect. That should work. We could test that now, but first we're just going to create another game object. I'm just dragging and dropping that out, and we call that one VRTK SDK VRTK scripts. And that's not properly written script, and we're gonna add two game objects below, and we call the first one left controller. It's for our left Oculus touch, and the second one we're gonna call right controller. Alright, I'm selecting both controllers here to add the scripts to both. The first one is the controller events script, or we need to type that one out. Controller events. The second one is the VRTK pointer script, one here. The third one is the VRTK straight point renderer. We could use another one like the Bezier pointer, but for now we use that one. And the third one is the VRTK user interface pointer, which we actually just need for the right hand side, because on the left hand side we're going to use the gamepad then. So actually I can remove that gamepad while the config pad. Alright, so what I do here is on the left controller, I drag and drop this up here to the pointer renderer, and on the right hand controller I do the same thing, I drag and drop that up here. Finally, I'm gonna create the play area. This is so we can zoom around where they actually teleport around, and I'm gonna add that one. we have a look onto our SDK manager. That's at the bottom now. We put that up to 2 or 1.8, which is approximately how tall I am. I put the camera back, so we are from the back from the car. Yeah, let's leave that for now, so we look from the back from here. Alright, we're ready to test it. So I'm gonna put on my Oculus headset now, and I get the 2 controllers, left and right. Let's get on to play and see how that looks like. Alright, we're standing here behind. That should, well, actually I'm sitting behind. I'm still on my chair. Okay, the teleports are not working, and I already know why. So I'm getting my headset down. I always forget that if we click here, we need to first drag and drop from the left controller script and the right controller script over here. And now if we click play, it should work. Yes. So you can see here my 2 hands are working, and I can teleport around the car. Go back here. Teleport here around the car. The height is also fine. If I put down my touch controller, that's all working good. So you can see the car here, quite nice detail. It's actually an asset, you know, to be used in the game, so it's not perfectly rendered, but you know, for that demonstration it should be fine. Alright, let's go back and continue with our configurator. So we're gonna add a new game object. Well, actually we're gonna add a cube now. And that cube, I added a game object. And that cube's gonna be our pad. So if we go into 3D objects, cube, just zooming in. Alright, I'm here. Here is my cube. Where are you, little cube? Here you are. I'll put that up. So I put that 0.4, 0.01, maybe the finger 0.6. Alright, so that's our pad then. It's a little bit big in our hand, but you know, it's gonna be handy to select all the stuff on. And next we're gonna add a canvas on there so we can interact with different user interface canvas. Here we go. Put it on there. We change that here to world space, the position to 0, 0, 0, so we are here. The scale to 0.0135. I got that from a book, actually a very good book. I'm gonna link that in the notes below, which you can buy and read and learn. Here we're gonna add the user interface, the canvas, so that our pointer reacts to this canvas. Just zooming in on the canvas, and we need to put that 90 rotation. Here we go. So that's our canvas here. If I make that bigger, 800, perfect. Alright, so we've got the canvas on. Now we're gonna just change the color of the pad to black, so I can see it properly. We're gonna change that then to glass later, and now we're gonna add the button. So our first button, just get that one up. Alright, we twist it around. Let's see how our button looks like. Okay, got the first button on. Make it a little bit higher. Okay. So now we're gonna add a script to our left controller. I'm going in here into the script folder, and I create a new script, and we call that one menu controller. I'm just going to open that up with monodevelop, and if we go back over here, I've already prepared that script. Where are you? Controller menu button. Just a copy and paste that over. Make sure it's named here, the public class, the same as the file, so we call it menu controller. So you can download that script then also from my website, which is linked below the video. And if I go onto the button, now we go onto the left controller. I add new component, menu controller. Here we have the script, and then we need to drag and drop the cube over here, which we're gonna rename to config pad. So now this script knows it should interact with that cube via the left controller, kind of. Okay, so let's test that. If we can load the pad in. Here's my left arm. I click on the left arm on Y on the Oculus Touch and it loads in. Perfect. That's here. Excellent. So that's working, that's good. So next we're gonna add a button. Well, we already added a button, but we're gonna make that button change the color of our car. So we're gonna make that into a blue first. We change the body of the body blue, and we write here body, make that into white, a little bit bigger, 25, and let's make it 30. Okay, I zoom out, drag and drop that one up like here, and we're gonna add here our body. If I go into the car here, we're gonna use LOD1, that's the high version. Exterior, here's our car body, which we're gonna change. Go back here, drag and drop the car. Well, first I need to add the click function here. I drag and drop the car body over, mesh render, material, shared material, and here I'm gonna select the blue then, and it should blue. Let's go for that blue. Yeah, that's metallic, 0.9 and some smoothness. Alright, cool. So that should work now. If we go back to the left right controller, we make sure that we've got here grip touch selected, plus always on, and click on button down. So now if we hover over it, it should change the color really quickly. Okay, I'm in virtual reality again. I open it, I hover over it, and it changes straight away the color. Perfect. So next we're gonna add a few more buttons. I'm just gonna duplicate that one, drag and drop it over, duplicate that one also, drag and drop it over. Alright, so we call that one body yellow, this one body red, change the color into red color, the body into yellow, kind of yellow. Whoa. Okay, alright, cool. That's not really in the middle, so I'm gonna make it a little bit nicer. Okay, perfect. Here we change that into a yellow, and our body red. Change that into red. I'm just clicking on here to see how much metallic it is. Okay, there's none, so we put that one up to 0.5 and 0.7 to make it smooth. Alright, let's check it in virtual reality out again, how that reacts. Alright, body blue, body yellow, body red. Perfect. Body yellow, body blue. Blue, yellow, red, yellow, blue. So here we could change the hover, into a different color, but for now we just leave it. We can do that if we've got some time in the end. I'm just gonna duplicate these ones and rewrite here body hood yellow, hood blue, and hood red. So that's the hood. I'm not sure if you saw before, but that's just the body changing and not the hood was changing. Get that one down. Just need to change the writing to hood. Hood. And the third time hood. Okay, that's working. Alrighty, hood. I drag and drop the hood over, change that here to mesh render, material shadow matching. That should update automatically. I do the same here. Again, go to mesh renderer, material, shared material, it gets the blue in automatically, and here and drag and drop that over too. And I select mesh renderer, shared material. So we've got that one in. I'm having a look into the scene now. I'm gonna put my camera at the front here, so we should see the car from the side when we start the game. Alright, let's have a look quickly. Okay, it's good. So the car is on the side here. With Y, I change the hood, the color into yellowish, and here the body, for example, into this or into a blue, and the hood into a blue. That looks kind of cool already. So we've got these functions here, body, which just with our mouse, with our hand, we can configure that really easily and fast. Okay, and finally, I mean, you could change like all the brakes and tails and lights and different assets. You know, it's really just depending now on the asset, you know, which you're using, the car or a motorbike or a normal bike. But now we're gonna add one more thing, which is like a rotation, so we can turn on and off rotation. It's quite a cool effect. So I'm just copying from the buttons where we here we are, canvas. I'm just copying the 3 down, so I duplicate them, drag them down here. I delete the middle one, that's the yellow one, I don't need that. Hood blue I call rotate on, so my rotation on, and the other red one we call rotate off. So then we can kind of turn off and on rotation. I changed it into a greenish color. And here we like rotation on. Should I write rotation on? Yeah, let's write it there. Rotation. Rotation off. Oh, how come does it fit there and it doesn't fit there? Rotation on. That's more letters. That's weird. Alright, never mind. We're just gonna make that one a little bit wider, like 180. So that works now. And we're gonna import another script. I'm just going to scripts folder and I start here, create new script, and we call that one C# script, and we call that spin script. I've also prepared that script. You can also download that one if you want to use it. It's a really easy script. It's just like kind of rotating our car around, and we call it here spin script again, so it matches the name here. Just save it and we close that one, and I'm gonna add the spin script to my car asset, to the whole one, just like spin script. But I deselect it so it's not rotating all the time. You can change the speed here actually. Let's make it a little bit faster. And on my buttons, I'm gonna add also this script. I'm dragging and dropping the whole car asset over here. And here I'm gonna add spin script bool enabled, and I select that, so it's gonna be running enabled. And on the other button, I drag and drop also the whole asset over and go down here, spin script bool enabled, and I deselect it. Alright, so that should work now. If we test that again, well, you know what, before we test it, I'm just gonna turn off the plane. I'm gonna select the garage. We're just gonna put our car up a little bit because, whoop, here we go. It's a little bit underneath here, and then we're gonna add anyway below something so it spins on there. Alright, I'm just putting up my headset. Alright, I'm outside. We need to change that then later on. Okay, I can't teleport around because I removed the plane, and on the garage there's not a collider added, so we need to add on the floor here a box collider so our teleport reacts to it. Alright, I'm putting on my headset again. Still outside here, I'm gonna change the position and later. You see the teleport works now, that's fine. We're a little bit up here from the car tires, which is fine because we're gonna change that then later. I'm gonna change the body into yellow and the hood into blue because I like it. Rotation, put it on, and now the car rotates. If I stand up, it's looking really good, I think. Put rotation off. I'll make that button a little bit bigger. Rotation on, off. Here we go. Our car is back in here. It's all working smoothly. We're just gonna add a cylinder beneath the car here in the middle, so if somebody looks down, they see a cylinder and they understand, okay, the car is rotating on that cylinder. Alright, I'm just putting my headset down. Making my cables all go away. Here we go. So we're gonna go into 3D objects. Well, first I'm gonna change this thing to 180 on my config pad. Alright. And we just drag and drop that a little bit in, and we changed it to the glass, which we said before. So it's see-through. And finally, I'm gonna add the 3D object, what is it called? Hang on, game object, the cylinder. Okay, ich hatte jetzt eine kurze Unterbrechung. Mein Sohn ist reingekommen. I'm sorry, I was speaking German. I just had a short break. My son came in. Alright, so we created that cylinder here. We're just gonna make it a little bit smaller. I think 0.3 should be fine for the scale. Just copy paste it over. I make the position 0, 0, so we're in the middle underneath the car. Alright, let's just zoom in. Okay, it's a little bit tricky now. Here we go. Where is my cylinder here? Alright, so we've got it here. I'm gonna add a rubber material onto that so it looks, okay, I need to get the cylinder so it looks like a little bit made out of rubber. I'm gonna drag and drop it beneath below the car. So if we go now, okay, I'm just gonna change this location of the VRTK manager quickly. Whoop. We are just drag and drop a little bit in. So if we play it now and check it out in our Oculus, standing next to the car now, I've got the cylinder beneath them, so if we start rotating it, it should rotate with the, actually it works like this, it should rotate with the car. Well, it does actually rotate, we don't really see that far. So that's perfect, so that's working really well now. We've got our menu, our pad. I can select the body color, the hood color, and if I stand up, I can walk around. Got rotation on now. So it's all working perfectly. So you could add like lots of stuff here. For example, we could add here animation so that the car's tires flip out. We could add lots of different things like this rotation we added already here. We could have like a reset button so it's in the middle of the room. Okay, so I hope you've learned something in that little tutorial. I think there's quite a lot of stuff. I mean, I didn't know how to do that, and I did lots of research to find it out. So, but if you know a better way how to do like a configurator, please post your comments and links below. Thank you very much.